Hello, I welcome you to our today's lesson. And today we are just continuing from where we ended from last time. Today we are talking about absorption, okay? And specifically in the site called the ileum. So we all know that the ileum, it is the small intestine. Whenever we are talking about the ileum, we are talking about the small intestine. Okay, now the question is, what is absorption? Before we get to talk about the absorption in the ileum, we need to understand the term absorption. That is the key thing here. So when we are talking about absorption, we are just simply talking about the process by which soluble end products of digestion diffuse into the blood. As simple as that. So we are saying that absorption is just the process by which soluble end products of digestion. Now, what are these soluble products of digestion? We are talking about glucose. We are talking about the amino acid. We are talking about the fructose. Okay, those end products of the nutrients such as the protein. We know that the end product of the protein is amino acid. So that amino acid is obtained in soluble form. So that is the end product of digestion of what? Of the protein. So when the amino acid diffuses into the blood for usage, that is what we call what? Absorption. Okay? So when glucose, which we know that it is the end product of starch food, when it gets to diffuse into the blood, that process, the aspect of glucose diffusing into the blood, it is what is termed as what? Absorption. As simple as that. So I want to light this definition so that we all understand what we are talking about. So this is the definition. So we are just simply saying that absorption, it is the process by which soluble end products of digestion, okay? So here it's supposed to be digestion, end products of digestion. Of what? Digestion. Okay? End products of digestion diffuses. Okay? Diffuses or diffuse. Diffuse. Okay? Diffuse into the blood stream. Okay, that is what we are calling absorption. So we are saying that we know that examples, okay, examples of digestion end products, examples of end products of digestion. Okay, so the examples of the end products of digestion, okay, that are what? That are soluble. Okay, that are soluble. So here that we are talking about amino acid or amino acid. We are also talking about what? Glucose and fructose, etc. So these are some of the end products that are soluble. Okay, so when you are talking about absorption, that is the definition. Okay, now away from this, we are saying that this absorption, it takes place in the ileum. Okay, in the ileum. Now there are some reasons to why absorption take place in the ileum. Okay, There are some reasons why absorption takes in the ileum. Absorption takes in the ileum. It does not take place in the stomach. Okay? It does not take in place in the mouth. It does not take place in the esophagus. No. But absorption take place in what? In the ileum. Now, we are saying, what is the reason to why this site called the ileum, it has been elevated above all the parts of the alimentary canal to be what? The site for absorption. That is what that is what is called what? Adaptation. Okay, so there are some adaptations that fosters forth about the function of what? The ileum. For the ileum to execute its function of absorption, there are some things that makes it to there are some things that makes it to do what? To absorb the end product of what? Digestion. The amino acid and the glucose and so on. Okay, so we are going to talk about now the adaptations of the ileum. Okay, or some of the reasons to why the ileum has been said to be what? The site for what? Absorption. So one of the reasons is that the ileum or this site that we are saying the ileum, this ileum, it is made up of the villi. It is made up of a villi structure of kind. Okay, so now this villi, in appearance, this villi, it is like a finger projected, or it is a finger like projected. Okay, it is a finger projecting or a finger like projected. Okay, now what is the main reason, what the reason to why it appears like a finger projected is so as to increase the surface area for absorption. Okay, so I want to show you how this ileum look like, or the structure of the ileum, so that we can be moving at the same time. Okay, so this is the structure of the ileum. Okay, so this is the structure of the ileum. All right, so this is the structure of the ileum inside, and we are saying that the ileum is made up of what? A villi. So this is the structure of the villi in the ileum. Okay, so this is the structure of the villi. Okay, the villi, we can see it's like the finger projected. The structure itself, when we are talking about the finger that is projected, it's like a finger that is pointing like this. Okay, so this is the structure. It's like a finger that is projecting. Have you seen? My finger is projecting. It's like a pointing finger. Have you seen? My finger, if I do like this, meaning that the finger is what? Projecting. So the structure of the villi is what? It's like a finger that is what? Projecting. Okay, that is what we mean here. So this is the structure of the villi, and the villi, we are saying that it is inside the what? The ileum. So this villi, it has parts. The first part is called what? The epithelium. Then we have got what? The lactal. Then we have the lymphatic vessel. Then we have the veins. Okay, then we have also this part. Okay, this part which is called the arterioles. Okay, so this part here is called what? The arterioles, or what? Arteries. Okay, just one and the same. So this is the structure. This is the structure of the villi inside what? The ileum. Okay, it is because of this structure that the absorption take place in what? In the ileum. It's because of this which we are able to see that absorption is able to take place in what? in the ileum. Now, what is the importance of the epithelium? An epithelium plays a big role when it comes to the absorption of the end products of what? Digestion. The lacteal itself, the way we are seeing this lining, okay? This lacteal, it also plays a major role during the process of absorption. This lymphatic vessel, it also plays a major role during the process of absorption. So this is what we need to understand. So now let's talk about the rationale or the adaptations. Okay, the adaptations of the ileum. So we want to talk about the adaptation of the ileum to perform or to execute its function. What is this function that we are talking about? We are talking about its function of what? Absorbing what? The products of digestion, the end products of digestions. Okay, so number one is that this ileum, it has what? It has thin ileum layer. Okay, it has a tiny epithelium layer. Okay, so we are talking about the adaptation of ileum. Okay, the adaptation of ileum to perform its function. So these adaptations, they include the following. So the first one is that the ileum, it has thin epithelium layer for easy diffusion of food. Okay, that is the first function. So we are saying that it has number one we are saying that it has. So this is what we are talking about. So the ileum, it has a thin epithelium layer for what? Easy diffusion of food. Okay, so the layer of the epithelium, and we are saying that this epithelium, it is the structure which is it is the structure of the villi, and we are saying that the villi, it is what is found inside what? The ileum. So this epithelium, it is thin. It is thin. It is very small. In short, it is very small. So as we are able to see on this diagram, okay, so this, they are very thin, and this helps in what? Easy diffusion of what? Food. So this is what we are talking about. Second, what we are talking about is that this ileum, it is long. It is very long in size, and this brings to it enables it now to provide what is the large surface area for absorption. Okay, so it is very long in size. So this is what we are talking about. So we are saying that it is very long, thereby providing a large surface area for absorption. Okay, so in the structure that we drew, we are able to see that the structure of the ileum, they are very long compared to the colon or the large intestine. The large intestine, they are small. They are very short in size compared to what? The ileum. So they are long. So the fact of it being long in size, it brings forth what is the function of what? Absorption, by providing what? A large surface area. So this is what we are talking about. The another point that we are going to draw is that the number 3 point. So the number 3 point is that it has the lacteal. Okay, it has the lacteal, and this lacteal, it plays a major role in the process of absorption, specifically in the absorption of fats. So we know that the end products of digestion of fats is the fat acid and what? Glycerol. Okay, so we are saying that absorption, it has the lacteal, and this is the lacteal that I'm saying. So this part, this is where the the absorption of fats gets to happen, and the absorption of fats, what gets to be absorbed are the end products of fats. So the end product of fats in the process of digestion are what? The fat acid and the glycerol. So we are saying that it has lactal. Okay, so we are saying that it has lactal. Okay, it has lactal or lactile. Okay, for the absorption of what? For the absorption, okay, for the absorption of fat acid and glycerol. Okay, so this is very important. Glycerol, as simple as that. Okay, so it's very important. So it has lactal for absorption of fat acid and what? Glycerol. This is what you need to understand. So the absorption of fats, they take place in what is the lactal. So this part is what enables the site of the ileum to be endorsed for what? Absorption. Then number four, we are saying that it has the villi. Okay, it has the villi. Okay, so it has the villi. So we are saying that this is the structure of the villi. So the entire structure of the villi, which is the epithelium, the lacteal, the lymphatic vessel, the vein, and the arterioles, as we can see. So this is what we are talking about. So this villi, we said that this villi, they are finger-like projected. Okay, so the finger projected like. So we can see that this villi, it is like a finger projecting. Okay, it's like a finger projecting. So the finger that is projecting is like this. Have you seen? So this is the finger that is projecting. Okay, it's like a finger is projecting. Okay, so when I do like this, the finger is projecting. When I do like that, no finger is projecting. But when I point like that, meaning that this finger is projecting. So as this diagram, you can see that it's like a finger projecting. So we are saying that it has the villi. It has the villi, which is a finger like projected. And it's because of this that it increases the surface area for absorption. Okay, it increases. So we are saying that it has villi. It has villi, which is the finger-like projected. Finger-like what? Projected. Then we are saying that the function of this villi is to increase the surface area. So increasing what? Increasing the surface area. The surface area for absorption. For what? Absorption. So this is what we need to understand. So it has the villi, finger-like projected, increasing the surface area. So we can see on this diagram that this villi is like projected. Okay, it's like projected. Have you seen? So this, it increases the surface area. That process of the food, that is the end product of digestion. Talking about the glucose. Okay, so we can see, so for the food will start moving like in that format. You can see, so it will take time. So this, we can see that it is increasing the what? the large surface area. So it is increasing the large surface area for what? Absorption. You can see that the food can be, which is not absorbed at this place, it can come and be absorbed on that place. Okay, that's what we are talking about. Okay, so the another thing, which is the fifth point for the adaptation of the ileum, is that it has dense network of blood capillaries. Okay, so number 5, we are saying that it has dense network of blood capillaries. Okay, blood capillaries. Okay, so we are saying that the another adaptation that we can talk about of ileum is that it has dense network of blood capillaries for easy transportation of amino acid and glucose. So this point is self-explanatory. All right, so this point, as I'm saying, it is self-explanatory. So I'm saying that the reason why the network that is dense, meaning that the network, it allows what is the rapid exchange of materials between the blood and the blood cells. This is what we mean. Okay, so the network that is dense, it is the network that allows what? The rapid exchange, or it fosters forth the rapid diffusion of amino acid and glucose, as it is in the point. So the another point that we are going to talk about is that it is narrow. Okay, it is narrow. So the word narrow means small. So this brings digestion or digested food close and contact with the walls of the ileum for easy absorption. Okay, so this point is very important. Okay, let me write it so that you can understand what I mean. Okay, so that we can flow together in a broader perspective. So this is what I'm talking about. So I'm saying that the ileum, as you can, if you try to place a distinction factor between the ileum and the colon, you're going to discover that the ileum is small in size. They are very narrow. Okay, so this brings the digested food close, okay, close or together in contact with the whole of the ileum for easy absorption. Okay, so I've given you 6 adaptations of the ileum that enables it to perform its function. So away from this, I just want us to discuss on the some of the ailments that are associated with the alimentary canal. So the ailments, we are talking about the problems, okay, the problems that comes about as a result of digestion. Okay, so there are some problems that comes or that are associated with digestion that gets to affect the alimentary canal. Okay, so those are what we call what? Ailments. Okay, some of the ailments of the alimentary canal. So we are saying the common ailments. Okay, common ailments of the alimentary canal. this is what I want us to talk about. The ailments. Okay, so this is a high there. Okay, so the ailments of the alimentary canal. So what are some of the ailments or the problems that are associated with the alimentary canal that comes about as a result of what? The digestion process. Okay, so the first one is the common problem which we all know, which is the diarrhea. Diarrhea is one of the ailments of the alimentary canal. Okay, diarrhea. Okay, diarrhea like that. Okay, now the question is that how does diarrhea come about? So this diarrhea, it is caused by virus. It can be caused by a virus or a bacteria that enters the the alimentary canal through the food. Okay, so when you eat or when you feed on the food that has bacteria or the food that has virus, you are going to have what is called what? Diarrhea. Okay, so this is going to be seen in the disification. Okay, in the disification, you're going to discover that the feces is going to have a lot of liquid like, so that is diarrhea. So you're saying that diarrhea is associated with what? Is caused by what? Caused by a virus or bacteria. Okay, it's caused by a virus or bacteria. So when you feed on the food that has a virus or a bacteria, you're going to have what? Diarrhea. Then number two, we have a disease that is very common. This disease is very common. So this ailment is called diabetes. People who are suffering diabetes, they usually say sugar. This person has sugar, so that ailment is called diabetes. Okay, now there are two types of diabetes. There is diabetes insipidus and diabetes mellitus. All right, so basically there are two types of diabetes. So we are saying that the number one is called diabetes mellitus, which is high concentration of sugar in the body. When you have high concentration of sugar in the body, that kind of diabetes is what is called what? Diabetes mellitus. So I'll just write the word mellitus here. Okay, mellitus, we are saying that high what? Sugar. High sugar levels. High sugar levels in the body is what is called diabetes mellitus. Of course, there are people who are suffering from diabetes, but the sugar is not high, but the sugar is low. That type of diabetes is what we call insipidus. Okay, insipidus diabetes, as simple as this. Okay, so we have insipidus, which is low sugar levels in the body. When a person is having low sugar, okay, which is down the expected bar, then that person is suffering from diabetes. So this is what we are saying. So we have diabetes insipidus and we have mellitus diabetes. So this is what we need to know when we are talking about diabetes. Okay, so now this diabetes, when we talk about how does it come about, so the diabetes, it usually come about as a result of the pancreas or the gland organ, which is called the pancreas. When the pancreas fails to secrete an hormone called an insulin. Okay, so an insulin, it is an hormone which helps in the balancing of the sugar. So when this hormone, when the pancreas fails to secrete this insulin, which helps in the conversion of the excess glucose. Okay, so when this hormone, so called the insulin, when it fails to secrete, when the pancreas fails to secrete an insulin, then the person is going to do what? To suffer from what we are calling what? A mellitus diabetes, which is high concentration, because there is no hormone which will help in the regulation of what? Sugar levels in the body. Okay, even when the sugar drops, the same hormone, it is the one which helps in the reconversion of what? The excess glucose, which usually gets to be stored in the muscles and sometimes in the liver. Okay, so when it is being reconverted, when a person is lacking sugar, when it is being reconverted, the one which reconverts, it is the insulin, or it is the hormone. So when this hormone, it is not working, it has not been secreted by the pancreas, being it a gland organ, then a person is going to either suffer from mellitus diabetes or insidious diabetes. So this is the ailment, okay, that we need to know. So apart from this, there is also another ailment that we call constipation. Okay, so we have what? Constipation or constipation. So constipation, what is constipation? So when we are talking about constipation, we are just simply talking about a condition where one has difficulty in removing the feces from the rectum through the anus. Okay, and usually this is caused by lack of fruits. Okay, it is caused due to lack of fruits, green vegetables, and lavages such as popcorns. Those are natural lavages that we can talk about. Okay, so we are saying that constipation, it is a condition. Okay, it is a condition where one has difficulty in removing feces from the rectum, which is the temporal storage of feces, through what? Through the anus. So this is what we need to understand, and we are saying that this is caused, but it is caused by what? So diabetes is usually caused by, what? Lack of fruits. Okay, lack of fruits. When you're not feeding on fruits, you're not feeding on green vegetables. Okay, green vegetables. You're not feeding on green vegetables. You're also not feeding on what is called roughages. Okay, example of roughage, we're talking about popcorns. Okay, talking about popcorns. So this is what we need to know. Okay, so it is being caused, it will lead to what is called what? Constipation. Okay, then another thing or another ailment of the alimentary canal that we can talk about cholera. So this is a common ailment. Okay, cholera is the common ailment. So cholera is usually caused by a bacteria in water. Okay, it's caused by what? A bacteria in what? Drinking water. Usually cholera, it causes what is a severe inflammation of the intestine. So the intestine, they will inflame. Okay, the intestine, they will inflame. Okay, so the symptoms or the signs, the symptoms, they include diarrhea and vomiting, leading to what? They can lead to dehydration. They usually lead to dehydration, which is the loss of water, and also death. Okay, so we are saying that this is caused by what? A bacteria, caused by a bacteria in drinking water. Drinking what? Water. Okay, so the symptoms, includes vomiting, and diarrhea. All right. So the dangers of cholera is that it leads to dehydration and death. Cholera kills. Okay. Last but not the least, the ailment that we can talk about, it is the ulcers. Ulcers. Okay. Ulcers. Ulcers. So ulcers, it is also another ailment of the alimentary canal. So the ulcers, when we are talking about ulcers, these are just these are wounds in the stomach. So an wound, or the wound in the stomach, is what is refers to as what? An ulcer. So this is the wound. Okay, so this is the wound, in the stomach. The wound in the stomach is what is refers to as what? The ulcer. Okay, yeah, so this is what we need to know and to understand. So for today we end here. Tomorrow we are going to talk about is it on Monday? On Monday we are going to talk about the metabolic function of the liver, some of the functions that are associated with the liver, or the functions that the liver gets to perform. Thank you very much, and I just want to urge all of you that let's keep on studying and watching the videos. Okay, so don't just bank the video, but please, even as you are working, those who are working at your workplaces, just put headsets and keep on following what we are offloading. So please stay blessed. Thank you.